Hey, friends. Come over to Insight Timer if you wish to be part of our interactive experience, our live interactive experience. We'll get started shortly. Welcome. Hi, friends. Nice to see some of you again from yesterday, also. We'll get started in a few moments. I invite you to have your yoga mat and any props that you'd like to use for our yoga practice together today. Aloha, Karen. Hi, Lulu. Hi, Deborah. Hi, Brooke. Great to see you all. All right. Let's just do a little sound test while we're waiting. Back here, just making sure that the right mic transmitting the sound. Can you still hear me? Back here is the question. Hello, hello, hello. Looks like the chat is running very slowly today if anyone is responding. Okay, great. Thanks, friends. Hi, Cami. Welcome. Just a few more moments and then we'll begin. All right. So, again, I invite you to have your yoga mat and any props that you would like to use. Hi, Lily. Hi, Roxanne. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Wow, Roxanne, some dedication. 5 a.m. yoga. It's good though. It's a good time to practice. Okay. Welcome. Hmm. For anyone that I'm getting to meet for the first time, my name is Selena Lael. This is a Vinyasa Yoga asana practice. I have it listed as intermediate because I will not be breaking down all of the cues the way that I would in a beginner session. However, everyone is welcome to join. So, wherever you feel you are on the spectrum of your experience with the physical practice of yoga, you're welcome to be here. My invitation is always to really just honor your body, listen to your body. If I'm ever doing something that doesn't feel comfortable for you or that you don't feel confident doing, it's completely okay. And I would recommend watching, resting. There's no need to force or strain in our practice. Yes, sometimes we can effort a little to bring some more energy or to move things inside, but never a need to strain, in my opinion. And I see that there's some more comments coming in, but I can't see them from where I'm sitting. So before we begin, I'll make sure to come and check. And one time, Siska, one of our community members, did something great. My mic had gone out, and she just made like 10 hand emojis. So it really caught my attention. So if we're ever in session and all of a sudden you can't hear me or something's gone wrong with the connection, just throw up a whole bunch of emojis to catch my attention and I will pop over to the screen and yeah, and we'll resolve it. I also have many recordings here on the app, as well as a 10-day course, Yogic Practices for a Peaceful Life. We have a group called Love Heals All. a really wonderful place to be. So you're welcome to join us there. And yeah, I lead lives twice a week. I wholeheartedly invite you to join us for them. You can find my live schedule listed on my profile page. And actually, after next Monday, we'll have our regular scheduled class this coming Monday. It may be Tuesday, your time. Uh, After that, we're going to have a shift in schedule for about a month while I'm traveling, and then we'll be back to our regular schedule. So keep your eye on my live schedule via my profile page. So we're on the same page, if you wish. Okay. So, yoga asanas, the postures of yoga, this beautiful gift, invitation to be with ourselves as we are. The practice of yoga, the physical practice of yoga serves the physical body. Yes, it helps to strengthen the body and even help the body detox. And it goes so much further than that. It helps to actually move the energy in the body so that we are more in that flow state energetically. It brings things into alignment, helps to release stagnancy, and so much more that our minds surely cannot comprehend. So we have so many gifts available to us when we take the time to practice yoga. And one of the most wonderful gifts is the gift of mindfulness. So much of the suffering we experience is because our minds are every place else. They're in fearful thoughts and stories and worries or fantasizing about something because we feel that our life isn't good enough the way that it is. The mind, and even if it's not a discontented mind, sometimes just a distracted mind can leave us feeling agitated inside. So this practice of yoga, we really bring our awareness to each breath, to each experience, to each movement on the mat as a way to guide us into greater presence and union. We know this means yoga means union, this union of the fullness of ourselves. And we, of course, can experience that through presence, through that mindful experience. I invite you to have a yoga mat, have any padding that you may like to use. I have a pretty thick Manduka mat, so I don't usually use any padding. You may also wish to have blocks or any other props that serve your practice. And again, let this be for you. No matter how much of a seasoned yogi you know yourself to be, sometimes there are days where we need to rest or back off a little. So please honor your body and give it what it needs today. I invite to find a comfortable seated position. Our 60-minute practice will officially begin now. Sit tall, roll the shoulders up and back a couple of times, relax them down. Close the eyes. Feel the crown of the head lifting the spine up toward the sky. Shoulders relax down. Feel a space between the teeth. Gently touch the tongue to the roof of the mouth behind the upper teeth. Soften the lips, the forehead, the eyes, the throat. Start to deepen the breath. Slow it down. Full deep breaths, slowly in and slowly out. And as you bring your mind to the body breathing, this slow breathing, start to notice what's happening inside. What's happening in the physical body. What's happening in the mind. What's happening in the emotions. Take a slow, deep breath in and out. And give yourself permission to be. Whatever's happening in your inner world or even your outer world, can you just give yourself permission to be? Maybe you actually say to yourself, it's okay to be as you are, or you got this. It's okay to just take a moment to pause or some time for you. I give you permission to relax, to rest, to just be. Slowly bring the palms to touch at the heart. Feel the chest lifting up, the sternum lifts up into the thumbs. Chin is slightly tucked. Anjali Mudra. We'll open our practice with the sound of Om one time. I invite you to chant fully. There are so many benefits to chanting, especially chanting Om. And one of the physical benefits is that it really expands, enhances the lung capacity, and takes us into our physical practice with more attention on the breath and maybe a little more spaciousness in the breath. It's also a fantastic way to relieve anxiety and turn on that relaxation response in the nervous system, among other fantastic benefits. So let's take a full deep breath in and then just exhale. And as we chant, I invite you to open your mouth wide and chant fully. Inhale deeply. Bow the chin to the chest. Set your sankalpa, your intention in the present tense for your yoga practice today. Wonderful. Release the hands to the knees or the thighs. Lift the head. Begin to just move a little. Create a little space in the body. And find that deep breathing again. If you're familiar with the three-part breath and also with Ujjayi breath, you can start to engage this breathing. Slow, deep breaths. And then we'll make our way to a standing position. Come to the top of the mat. Ah, uh-oh. This is going to be a little interesting. Forgot to take my mala off before and it's hot in my microphone. Okay. Oh no, that didn't work either. Okay, I got it. I'll check your comments before we dive in. Okay, great, 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 great. Thank you all for being here. All right. So really honor the body. Yes, take care of. We're standing today, so that means warm up is happening from this standing position. More important for you to be mindful uh, because we've done other postures. Yes, and pushing yourself into the fullness of each posture, or rather than kind of just move through it, just really be aware what's happening in my body. How do I engage my core by drawing the navel toward the spine? How do I stand tall? Do to mod so that I feel support and I don't strain. Yeah. Let's start top of the mat again. Big toes are parallel. The big toes are touching. Palms touch at the heart. Micro bend in the navel toward the spine. Crown of the head lifts up toward the sky. Reach arms out wide. Palm neck and the knees to dive forward. Fingertips to shins, flat back. Hug the navel toward the spine. Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold forward. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step back, high plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower down knees, chest, chin, or chaturanga all the way to the belly. Pull the elbows back. Inhale, curl up through the spine. Bhujangasana. Pubic bone stays in contact with the mat. Exhale, make your way back. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. Let's bend knee at a time. Reach the opposite heel back. Look forward and see that your wrists are parallel to the top of the mat. Spread the fingers wide, root down through the base of the index fingers and thumbs. Reach both heels down toward the mat. Hug the navel toward the spine. If there's a lot of tension in the back body, bend the knees. Press the heart back toward the thighs. Feel the shoulders drop away from the ears. Crown of the head reaches toward the fingertips. We're creating all of this night's length. And again, we hug the navel toward the spine here and just gently tilt the tailbone down. So we're making sure to engage the core and avoid any strain in the low back. We'll take 2 more slow, deep breaths here. Inhale, look forward between the hands. Exhale, bend the knees to step or lightly hop to the top and fold forward. Inhale, half lift and lengthen, shoulders back, crown of the head forward. Exhale, fold. Press into the feet, option to bend the knees here. Hug the navel toward the spine, rise up, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart. Inhale, the arms out wide, palms touch. Exhale, dive forward, flat back, hospitable. Option to bend the knees. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, flat back, weight in the toes. Exhale, fold forward. Is plank, palm step, or lightly hop back, high plank. Lower down knees, chest, chin, chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Thighs are completely off the mat. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Downward facing dog. Hug the navel toward the spine. Press the heart back. Keep rooting down through the base of the index fingers and thumbs. Inner elbows roll forward. Draw the shoulder blades down the back. One more breath here. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees to step or lightly hop the mat, fold forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, weight in the toes. Exhale, fold. Option to bend the knees, rise all the way up, flat back, palms touch. Exhale, hands to heart. Beautiful. One more like this. Sweep the arms out wide, lengthen up. Exhale, dive forward, hug the navel. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step or lightly hop back. Move through your Adho Mukha Svanasana. 3 slow, deep breaths. Inhale, look forward between the hands. Exhale, bend the knees or lightly hop to the top of that, fold forward. Inhale, fingertips to shins, flat back, weight in the toes. Exhale, fold. Press into the feet, right all the way up. Palms touch. Exhale, hands to the heart. Beautiful. Moving on. Surya Namaskar B. Bring the big toes to touch. Heels are slightly apart. Hug toward the spine. Reach the arms, the hips down. Utkatasana. Exhale to bow forward. Inhale, lift and lengthen. Exhale to fold. Bend the knees, plant the palms, step. Lightly hop back. Lower down knees, chin or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Big toes touch, soft the through the hands, lower the back heel. Hips are square. The top of the mat. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, touch down, lift the back heel, lift the right foot back through your vinyasa, or just come to downward facing dog. Big toes touch, softly step the left foot through, lower the back heel, hips square to the top of the mat. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 1, Warrior 1. Exhale, touch down. Lift the back heel, step the left leg back, move the vinyasa. Adho Mukha Svanasana, 3 slow, deep breaths. Bring your awareness inside. What's happening in the body, in the mind, in the emotions? Can you be the observer rather than just getting lost in the experience? Inhale, look forward between the hands. Exhale, bend the knees or lightly hop to the top of the mat, fold forward. Sink the hips low, bend the knees. Inhale, Utkatasana, rise all the way up. Exhale, hands to the heart. Beautiful. Oh, we have a something here. Audio cutting in and out. Oh, interesting. Okay. I'm not sure. The mic is connected. I'm not sure why it's cutting in and out. Thanks for letting me know, friends. Just when I'm facing the wall and standing. Interesting. It's very brief. Okay, well, I'm not sure why that's happening. I just unplugged the mic and plugged it back in. Well, okay, thanks, friends. Glad it's very brief. I'm not sure what's happening. This is actually a brand new headset, so, okay. Well, I do face the wall at times, but I'm glad you can hear me. Thanks for letting me know. Uh, yeah, all the appropriate things are set up, so thanks for working with it. It's, our only option for today. So, thank you. And if it gets bad, just give me a whole bunch of emojis, maybe the bright yellow ones. I'll next. So just a little test though. You're saying when I'm turning this way, you can't hear me. It's cutting out. Can you hear me right now? Hello, hello, hello. Could you hear that when I was facing the wall? Okay. I don't know. I don't know what's happening. Maybe it's not consistent. All right. Well, we'll do our best. Thank you. Top of the mat, big toes touch, heels are slightly apart. Hug the navel toward the spine. Lift tall, palms touch at the heart. Inhale, reach the up, sink the hips back and down, Utkatasana. Exhale, bow forward, straighten the legs. Inhale, half lift, lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, fold, bend the knees, plant the palms, step, or lie up, back high. Move. Adho Mukha Svanasana, big toes touch, softly step the foot through between the hands, lower the back heel, rise up, sink into the front knee, Virabhadrasana 1, hips are square to the top of the mat. Exhale, touch down, lift the back heel, step the back, lower. Adho Mukha Svanasana, big touch, softly step left foot through between the hands, lower the back heel, inhale, Virabhadrasana 1. Exhale, touch down, lift the back heel, step foot back, lower down. Inhale, Bhujangasana, or up facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. 3 deep breaths. Inhale, look forward between the hands. Exhale, bend the knees, step, or lightly hop to the top of the mat, fold forward. Sink the hips down, reach the arms up, Uttanasana. Rise up, inhale. Exhale, hands to the heart. Beautiful. Hop apart if they're together. Under big toes are parallel. Toward the spine. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, fold forward. Micro bend in the knees. If possible, take a hold of the big toes with the middle and index fingers. Bend your knees here as much as you need to reach these toes. The thumb is gently touching the fingers here. So we're making a little loop around the big toes. Hug the navel toward the spine, relax the head and neck. And once you have this little grip on the toes, it's not really a grip, but this position on the toes, if it's possible, you can begin to straighten the legs. If you have a lot of space here, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, draw the forehead toward the shins. Breathe. If you're drawing yourself in closer, elbows are wide, crown of the head reaches down. So we're still lengthening here. 3 more breaths. Maintain the grip on the toes. Inhale, lengthen, flatten the back if possible. Exhale, bend the knees, fold forward. Lift the right foot, slide the right hand under so the palm is cupping the foot and the toes are in the inside of the wrist. And then we'll do the same thing on the left. Lift the left foot, slide the left hand under so the toes are in the inner part of the wrist if possible. We all have different bodies, so if your body doesn't do this, no issue. Give your wrists a little bit of a massage with your toes. Kind of walk your toes into your wrists. Hug your navel toward your spine. Relax the head and the neck. If possible, start to straighten the legs and maybe draw the forehead toward the shins, elbows wide. 5 breaths. Relax your face. Remember, we're not straining in any of these postures. Maybe there's some effort, but no strain or forcing. If you are straining, that's an invitation to back off. Go where you can today. Lovely. Bend the knees as much as you need to gracefully release the hands from underneath the feet. Bring the hands to the hips. Hug the navel toward the spine. Press the feet down into the earth to rise all the way up. And release. Beautiful. Feet can stay where they are. More comfortable, you can bring the big toes to touch. Lengthen up, palms touch at the heart. Reach the arms up, palms touch, maybe a baby back bend. Exhale, bow through center. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half and length. Fold, bend the knees, plant the palms, step. Slightly back, lower to downward facing dog. Svanasana, toes touch. Inhale the right leg up and back. Bend the knees, step. Right toes fall behind. Lift the right knee a little higher. Ooh, open the front of that hip. You might even feel this into the abdomen as we work into the hip flexors. Breathe. Inhale, lengthen, square the hips. Option to stay here. Or exhale as you bring the knee to the nose. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, right elbow. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, cross the body, left elbow. One more round if you will. Waking up the body. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right elbow. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, left elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, softly step the right foot through between the hands. Lower the back heel. Hug the navel toward the spine. Windmill up, warrior 2. Okay, so here's the test. Can you hear me? I'm facing the wall. Is the sound still coming through? That's the question. Okay. Yes? So you can still hear me? It's not the wall, it's the plant. Okay. Can you hear me when I'm facing the plant? I guess there's really no other option, so we just have to work with it. Maybe it becomes a little bit more of a visual practice today if the mic isn't working properly. Thank you again for your graciousness with me, friends. Okay, wonderful. Virabhadrasana 2, back toes are slightly turned in. Maybe the right knee comes over the right ankle. Hips are square to the left side of the mat. Hug the navel toward the spine. Stick your tailbone out behind you. Tilt under so we find this length in the low back. Sink low again. Arms out to the sides. Gaze over right middle finger. Beautiful. Sink deeper. Inhale, straighten the front leg. Rise up. Palms touch. Exhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, bend deeply into the front knee. Inhale, exhale. Beautiful. Stay here. If you can, bend the left elbow and bring the back of the hand behind the back. Maybe this is as far as it goes to open the shoulder. Maybe you can actually reach that left hand all the way to hold on to the right hip. Beautiful, friends. If you're here, turn the right palm up to the sky. Inhale, reverse warrior. Sink low in the hips. Breathe deeply. Shoulders drop away from ears. Building this heat. Reach the right fingertips even further over the head. Inhale. Exhale, elbow to thigh. Reach the left arm over the ear, extended side angle. Stay nice and low. The right knee gently presses out to the right, so we keep the hips open here. Shoulders drop down away from ears. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Heel toe the back foot in. Shorten the stance. I'm facing the front, so hopefully you can. Back toes are slightly turned in. Hips are still square to the left side of the mat. Preparing for Trikonasana here. Triangle pose. Arms reach out wide. Turn your gaze over your right middle finger. Inhale. Exhale, reach out through right fingertips. Exhale, just move the arms. So I'm not collapsing in the side body at all here. I'm using the strength of my core to hold myself up. Now, for some of us, we're still building this core strength. So maybe you need to put a hand on this thigh here to support you. That's perfectly okay. The idea here, though, is we don't want to collapse in on the spine, but rather maintain this nice length. Tailbone gently reaches down. Breathe deeply. Beautiful, my friends. Strong pose here. Press into the feet. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, release the hands down. Beautiful. For play, why don't you just take this one pose further. Lift your back heel and turn to the top of the mat so we come to a crunch here. Bend the back knee, the navel over the toe here. As opposed to this, let's avoid this in our vinyasa alignment practice here. So knee is over. Reach the arms up, crescent lunge. Keep pressing out through the back heel. Beautiful opening for the hip flexors in our practice today. Relax the shoulders down. Inhale. Exhale, touch down. Step the right foot back. Move your vinyasa, knee, chest, chin, or chaturanga. Inhale, cobra or upward facing dog. Exhale, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale deeply. Exhale through the mouth. Big touch. Inhale the left leg up and back. Bend the knee, stack the hips, left toes fall behind. Lift the knee a little higher. Keep rooting down through the base of the index fingers and thumbs. Inhale, lengthen, square the hips, hug the navel toward the spine. Optional knee to nose plank as you exhale. Inhale, up and back. Exhale, left elbow. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right elbow. Remember, this is optional. One more if you wish. Inhale. Exhale, knee to nose. Up and back. Exhale, left up. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, right elbow. Inhale, lengthen it up. Exhale, softly step the left foot through between the hands. Lower the back heel, windmill up, Virabhadrasana 2. Second side, hips are square to the right side of the mat. Sink down. Maybe that left knee presses out just a little so you can see that left big toe. Stick your tailbone out behind you, tilt it under, lengthen, lift up through the crown of the head. Beautiful, friends. Open the arms out wide, gaze over left middle finger, sink low. Inhale, rise up, palms touch, straighten the front leg. Exhale, sink low, Virabhadrasana 2. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, sink low. Let's do that one more time. Inhale, rise up. Exhale, sink. Ah, beautiful. Really opening in the hips today. So again, we're going to see where we can go with this. We all have different bodies. We'll bend the right elbow, reach the right hand behind the back if possible. For some of us, we have tight shoulders. This is as far as we're going. That's perfectly okay. If you can, maybe reach all the way around for the left hip. Sink a little lower, reach the left arm over the ear, reverse warrior. Hug the navel toward the spine. Keep reaching through left fingertips. Beautiful, my friends. I love you. I'm so happy. Happy isn't the word. I'm so grateful we get to practice together, even though it's around the world and online. Beautiful. Inhale, exhale, elbow or whatever this is, forearm touches down on thigh. Reach the left, right arm over the ear. Extended side angle, shoulders drop down away from ears. Breathe deeply. What a gift we give to ourselves in our practice. Inhale, Virabhadrasana 2. Exhale, straighten the front leg. Ha. Heel toe the back foot in. I'm going to hop back a little bit again here. So the left toe facing the top of the mat. Back toes are slightly turned in. Stance is shorter as we prepare for Trikonasana. Hips are still square to the right side of the mat. Open the arms out wide, lengthen up, hug the navel toward the spine. Inhale. Exhale, reach out through the left fingertips. So extend, lengthen the side body here, and then just move the arms. Again, if you're still building that core strength, you can have this bottom hand on the upper thigh, never on the knee. Yes. Reach the upper fingertips, maybe gaze turns toward right middle thumb. Right thumb. That'd be interesting if we had a whole hand of thumbs. Breathe deeply, my friends. Inhale, rise up, reach up. Exhale, release the hands down. Lovely. Bend the front knee. Let's lift the back heel, maybe dance a little bit here as we move lunge. The navel toward the spine. Bend the back knee, tilt the tailbone up, lengthen from the extend out through the back leg. Press out through the back heel. Reach the arms up. Crescent lunge. Beautiful. Breathe deeply. Relax the shoulders down. Jaw and forehead are relaxed. Inhale. Exhale, touch. Step the left leg back. Move through your vinyasa. Adho Mukha Svanasana. 3 slow, deep breaths. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, bend the knees to step. Lightly hop to the top of the mat, fold forward. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, half lift and lengthen. Exhale, fold. Option to bend the knees, rise all, palms touch. Exhale, hands to the heart. Beautiful, friends. Release the arms down for a moment. Big toes are parallel. Extend through the arms. Micro bend in the knees toward the sky. Let the gaze be soft, looking downward. Tadasana, mountain pose. If you wish, close the eyes, and with each breath, imagine that you are the strength, the unshakableness of a mountain. The mountain is not only held and supported by the earth, but it is part of the earth. It is anchored in the unending giving of Mother Earth. We are anchored in the unending of Mother Earth. And you allow yourself to just be held in this moment. And maybe even to feel how intimately connected you are with all of life. You are not separate. You are not other. You belong. You are part of the whole. You belong. Just as you are. Not the way you think you're supposed to be, but just as you are. You belong. And you are loved. So very loved. Hmm, lovely. Let's open the eyes if they're closed. Move the shoulders a little bit. Maybe we'll roll the shoulders up and back a few times. Let's take the feet a little wider and turn the toes out. So you're welcome to stay facing the top of your mat or turn to the side, whichever is most comfortable for your space around you. So the stance is a little wider than the hips, and the knees are moving over the toes. So there's a bit of a turnout in the toes, just a little, so the knees are moving over the toes. Roll the shoulders up and back. If possible, interlace the hands behind the back. And then, if possible, begin to lengthen through the arms, straighten the arms. So we start to really open the chest. Now, rather than popping the belly out here, I invite you to hug the navel toward the spine, drop the tailbone, draw those lower ribs in, and really focus on this opening through the shoulders. Beautiful. Inhale, lengthen up, lift the chest a little, baby back bend. Exhale, bend the knees deeply, fold forward. Maybe the knuckles come over the head. Keep drawing the shoulder blades back like they're trying to tie together. Breathe deeply. Shoulders pull away from ears. Keep activating the core. Hug the navel toward the spine. And bend deeply here so you can kind of almost fade into the lift the knuckles up toward the sky. Press into the feet to rise all the way up. Keep the hands interlaced if possible. Open the chest. Bend the knees a little here. Back bend. Open the heart toward the sky. And release the hands. Relax the pose. Allow the hands to just be out to the sides for a moment here. Maybe you feel this buoyancy in the arms, all this energy moving and this blood flowing gives this sensation of lift. Lovely, lovely, lovely. We'll bring the feet closer together here as we prepare for Garudasana, eagle pose. Let's see, where does this mic need to be for this pose? That's the question, my friends. So we'll first work with the arms. Reach out to the sides, Cross the arms over so that the right arm is crossed over the left. Maybe the elbows are crossed over. And then, if possible, begin to bend the elbows so the backs of the hands come toward one another. Now, for some of us, we have a lot of breast tissue or we have a lot of tightness in the shoulders. So maybe we're just here today, and that's totally fine. Take this pose wherever it works best for your body. If you're here, maybe you're actually able to bring the palms to touch with the thumbs pointing back toward the face. Yes. So, your body, listen to your body. Bend the knees. This time we're going to cross the right leg over the left and then see if we can actually wrap the toes behind the calf. Now, for some of us, that's definitely not possible. So, again, take this pose where it works for your body. Sink down in the hips. Weight is in the heels here. Hug the navel toward the spine. We have this nice bend, eagle pose. Let your gaze be focused on one point on the floor or the wall ahead of you. If you like, you can extend the arms, and then bring them in closer. We're working into the shoulders here, that upper arm sensation. Sink a little lower in the pose. Great. Relax the arms or just stop moving the arms if you are. One more breath here. Press into the standing leg to rise up. Uncross that top leg. We'll take it a little further if you want to play. Extend out through that leg. Hug the navel toward the spine. Swing the leg back behind you, but keep your body in a plank here. So, like your whole body is one flat board. Micro bend in the standing leg to hinge yourself forward. Virabhadrasana 3. Keep dropping the left hip down so the hips are square. Fingers reach forward. We have this bound eagle arm, Virabhadrasana 3 here. Gaze is down at the earth. Hug the navel toward the spine. Press into the standing leg to rise all the way up. Release the hand. Open the chest, open the arms wide. And let it go. Pause here. Just notice what's happening inside. Great. On to the second side. Reach the arms out wide. This time, left arm crosses over right. Bend the elbows. And again, take whatever arm position is available to you. It may even be different from the other side. We always have one side that's a little tighter, most often. If you're able to bring the palms to touch, do that. Thumbs point toward the face. And then we bend the knees and we'll cross the left leg over the right, maybe wrap the toes behind. Hug the navel toward the spine. Let's see if I can wiggle around here. Give you a different view here. Sink the hips back and down. Weight is in the heels. And then if you like, you can extend the arms and then bring them back in. Breathe deeply. Keep sinking into the hips. And then relax the arms. Keep them still. Sink a little lower. We'll take one more breath here. Press into the standing leg to rise up. Extend that top leg forward. Hug the navel toward the spine. Reach that leg back behind you and then keep your body in a plank pose. Nice flat board here as you hinge forward. Drop the right hip down, micro bend in the standing leg. Sorry, I dropped the left hip down. I forgot I was mirroring you. Breathe deeply, gaze is down at the floor. Relax the lips, the face. Press into the standing leg to rise all the way up. Release the arms. Inhale. Exhale, relax them down. Micro bend in the knees. Pause here for a moment. Notice what's happening inside. Beautiful, friends. So much movement. Movement of energy, physical movement, yes, and also this movement of energy. Let's make our way down to the mat. Hmm. And you want to have be on a way that you have space to extend your legs. This next posture will not be for everyone. So let's see. I'll offer an alternative if this pose isn't for you. You'll know if this pose isn't for you if your back hurts in this posture. We don't, sorry, your knee, back too, any part of your body, but especially the knees. If there's any pain in the knees or the hips or the ankles, please do not do this pose. Extend the legs forward, rock your way hip, and bend your left leg so that you can bring the foot to the outside of the hip. So we're not sitting on the left heel, it's to the outside. Now, let's see. So you can see that my heel is totally outside. I'm not on top of it, it is outside. Now, if this has any pain for you for any reason, then maybe we'll just have you sit like the same pose, do something to be in while we're in this other posture. Ankle is to the outside of the hip. If possible, bring the knees a little closer rather than having the knees splayed, if possible. Yes. Now, for some of us, this is already a strong stretch. If that's you, I invite you to stay here. If you're not feeling very much, we're going to deepen the sensation by walking the hands back. Fingers point forward toward the hips. So we're bending the elbows here. If you're here and you're still not feeling very much sensation, you can very mindfully come down onto the elbow. When I come here, because I have gluteus tissue, I like to actually lift my hips up and then place them down again. So now I'm a little more anchored on my sacrum, that triangular shaped bone toward the base of the spine. So for some of us, we're still not feeling very much sensation here. Yes? Please, again, this is not about forcing. If you're feeling sensation, it's not like, oh, I'm a better yogi or stronger if I can intensify the stretch. This is truly for people who aren't experiencing a stretch. If that is you, slowly make your way naturally. Place And maybe you're still not feeling sensation. And if that's the case, you can bring the knee toward the chest. So that was many, many options there. Let's be in silence together. Feel where you are in the pose, relax your face, and breathe deeply. Slow, deep breaths. If you're on the back or other alternative, I invite you to slowly come out of that and back up the same way you came down, all the way down. First come to the and then you come to the hands, and then you slowly come all the way up to from any kind of slowly release it, and then bring in this posture, just allow the knee to fall, bring the sole of the foot into the inner thigh. Otherwise, keep the ankle side of the hip, lengthen up, inhale, exhale, fold forward. Inhale, lengthen the spine toward the extended leg. Exhale, fold. And just let your hands rest wherever they do most comfortably. Soften the forehead and reconnect with your sankalpa. What is the intention you set for your practice today? Think of it, feel it in your heart, repeat it. One more breath here. Inhale, slowly roll up the spine. Pause for a moment. Notice what you're feeling inside. If the knee is still bent with the foot behind, slowly release. Give loving knees. And onto the second side. Okay. So again, if you're not bending that knee with the ankle behind you for any reason, you can just have this knee bent here. Yes, the opposite knee is bent this time, and you can hang on to it or you can be here, whatever kind of feels most supportive for you, your choice. Otherwise, you're going to bring the ankle to the outside of the hip, just behind, just behind. No, not well, yeah, technically behind. That's not what I meant to say. Ah, it's funny when cues just start flowing that are maybe not even relevant. I don't know what that means. A little more presence on my part, yeah? Beautiful. So again, the ankle is to the outside of the hip. We're not sitting on top of it. If this doesn't work for your knee, ankle, or hip, please choose the alternate option. Once we're here, if the knee is really wide, see if you can bring the knee in a little bit. If this is a strong sensation, stay here. Otherwise, we're going to begin to walk back to find where there's a bit more of a stretch here. And remember, you're only going as far as it feels good for your body. As I mentioned before, once I start to come back here, I like to lift the hips and then place them back down again. So I'm a little more rooted. Hips are more square. Only go down as far as it feels good for your body. No pain. Maybe stretch, but no pain. Slow, deep breaths. Offer yourself a kind thought or two. And release any strain or tension in the neck. Find a position for your head and your neck that allows strain to be relieved as much as possible. One more slow, deep breath here. Slowly make your way back to a seat if you're not already there. Hmm. Again, if this position with the knee is no longer working for you, very mindfully, slowly bring that leg out and bring the sole of the foot to the inner thigh. Again, this is the option you can also take if you're knee was bent up like this. Otherwise, you can keep the ankle to the outside of the hip. Inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, hinge forward. Inhale, lengthen the crown of the head toward the foot. Exhale, fold. Slow, deep breathing. Feel the beating of your heart. Maybe there's some silence or still points in the mind, in the body. One more slow, deep breath. Slowly make your way back to a seat if you're not already there. Upright seat. Mindfully release that bent knee. Extend the leg out. We'll give the knees some loving. And as always, for anyone who wasn't here for the beginning of our session, or maybe you're unfamiliar with how I lead these sessions, I always start our 60-minute practice after our introduction. So we'll be finished in about 7 minutes or so, just so you have some awareness there. Reach the arms forward, hug the navel toward the spine, tuck the tailbone under, and begin to lean back. Keep reaching forward. So we're activating the core as we are leaning back. Oh, roll down one vertebra at a time. Lean, keep curling down like you're trying to touch one to the floor at a time. Beautiful, beautiful. Find your way all the way onto the back. Bend the knees. Lift the knees up. Hug the knees. Relax. Uh-oh. I just unplugged myself. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Just double checking. There's always a bit of a lag with the chat. I know some of you, or most of you, are probably on your back. Okay, thank you. Okay, so we're going to move into a twist. Bend the knees, take the arms out to the sides, or maybe bend the elbows if you don't have enough space. Knees fall over to the left, right shoulder stays rooted, gaze is over the right. You may wish to use that left hand to guide the right knee down. Breathe deeply. Inhale to slowly come through center. Now both knees fall over to the right. Left shoulder stays rooted. Gaze is over the left. You may wish to use the right hand to guide the left leg down. Breathe deeply. Inhale, slowly come back to center. Rock the hips a little side to side. Make some circles. Change directions. Extend the legs down the mat. Take the feet wide, toes fall out to the sides. Arms alongside the body with the palms facing up. You can tuck the shoulders underneath you. See if you can lengthen the body even in this prone position. Make any little adjustments that you need. Maybe the chin is slightly tucked. Feel the weight of the shoulders and the hips dropping down, sinking into the earth. And then find stillness. Close the eyes. Shavasana, our final posture. We can be the witness in this pose. Let the breath go, let the mind go where it goes, but don't follow. Let the emotions do what they do without paying mind. Even let bodily sensations in all of their forms try to distract you, and just let it pass. Notice and let it pass without needing to respond or react to all of these experiences. You are still, and each experience passes like a cloud in the sky, nothing to hold on to change or control. You can just be and let go. I encourage you to stay in this pose longer if you're able. Give yourself this gift of rest and integration. If you do need to complete practice now, you can slowly start to move the fingers and toes. Even just a few more minutes if you're able to, though. Inhale, reach the arms up by the ears. Exhale, stretch the body. Bend the knees, roll over onto one side. And if you're choosing to stay in Shavasana longer, you can just ignore these cues. Allow the sound of my voice to just pass like another cloud. If you're on your side, use your hands to slowly come up to your seat with the eyes closed. We will offer our practice to the benefit of all. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy, peaceful, and free, and may they benefit from our practice. All beings and all of creation. Peace, peace, peace. Palms touch at the heart. Take a slow breath in deeply. Exhale. Inhale, and we'll chant. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste, beautiful, beloved souls, beloved lights. I'm so grateful. Thank you, friends. Thanks for being. Thank you for joining. Enjoy your night, your day, wherever you are on this magnificent planet. So, this will be our last yoga asana session together for a little while. While I'm traveling, I won't have a space to lead, but we will continue to meet for meditations and talks and explorations. So, keep your eye on the live schedule. The only one I have on the calendar right now is the one for this coming Monday in my time zone. So, yeah, keep your eye on that. We'll be together again. Join our group if you're just looking for a beautiful, loving community to be part of. Love heals all. Thank you for your donations, my beloveds. Thank you for supporting me and my work on the planet. And if you're looking for how to, just watch replays of our classes that we've had here together, or our sessions, or if you're wanting to do yoga together and, we're not having the lives, you can just reach out in our group, and I can direct you to where you can watch replays of our times together here. Thanks, Julia. Thank you, friends, so much gratitude. I wish you a beautiful, beautiful life experience. I wish you kindness with yourself, tenderness with yourself, forgiveness, acceptance. I was on a beautiful call. I think I mentioned this in our live yesterday, but it was a beautiful call we had with my beloved teacher, Saima. We had this call on Saturday, and someone asked a question. I can't, I don't know what the question was. It was either something like how to be free from suffering, or how to awaken or be enlightened, something like this. And Saima's response was, accept yourself, accept yourself, accept yourself. What a really profound thing to consider. So many of us that are on some spiritual path looking for freedom from suffering, or to be awakened, right? Or something like this. We're like, okay, well, I have to meditate more. I have to do more yoga. I have to do more selfless service. It's like there's like this sense of like having to do all of these spiritual things to be free from suffering. I have to pray to God more, whatever it is from, your mindset. And what if the greatest beginning and maybe even the greatest ending to our path of freedom is accepting ourselves fully, fully accepting ourselves just as we are. And I can share from personal experience that the greatest periods of freedom that I've experienced in my life, inner freedom, free from pain and suffering and contraction and worry and all the things that can arise that most of us live in constantly without even being aware of it. The greatest freedom, especially for an extended period of time, started with me being accepting and loving of myself just as I am. Acceptance. Thank you. I wish you a wonderful week, and I'll see you next week. Hopefully. Yes. I love you. Thank you. Happy Tuesday, CS. Thanks for being here. Thanks for saying hi and always bringing your warmth and your hellos. And remember, friends, if you're not already on the Insight Timer app, come join us on the Insight Timer app. I don't follow this feed or this chat during our live session, as you probably have figured out. Yeah. So if you'd like to be part of connecting and communicating, Insight Timer is it's a free app. There is a subscription option, but you can join all of the live sessions and listen to all of my content on the app for free. So come join us on Insight Timer. Come be part of our community. Join the Love Heals All group. Say hi. Would love to see you there. Love you.